What it do, Israel? Brother Judith Isreal once again, and I have another message to share with the listening ears of Yah's people. And the name of this message will be entitled, After Retrobution and Recompense, the Psalm 83 nations will serve Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. After retribution and recompense, the Psalm 83 nations will serve Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Yes, family, I feel strongly in my spirit to share this message today, being led by the Ruach, because as I look through some of the activity in the studio app right here, in the studio app for YouTube, sometimes it shows that new people are viewing the videos, sometimes even more so than people who are subscribed. And I don't usually ask people to subscribe to my channel or like anything, but because YouTube has been hiding views and hiding likes and stuff like that, I'm going to start asking, if I can remember, to ask people who view the videos to please subscribe and please like the video and share the video with others if you find it interesting. For one thing, I'm choosing to start asking people to subscribe and like and share. It's because the word of Yah says in the Gospels that he told his disciples and the people that was around before he ascended back to heaven. He said, and this gospel shall be preached in all the world as a witness, and then the end shall come. So after everybody in the world has heard the true gospel being taught and preached, then our Messiah will come again. And this is the most that I'm hoping for in this world, because we are still being oppressed, and I can't wait for him to return again, to turn this thing around. As far as taking us off the, the punishment of our curses that we have been suffering for centuries, and places where he chooses to have us back on the top, leading all the nations, leading them by sharing and teaching them the word of Yah. Okay, so we need to get this word out to all the people and all nations, that we can get our Messiah back here, and so he can do what he do. Okay, and then, like I said, a lot of new people are viewing the videos that I share, and some of the scriptures are probably, been read in other videos before, because it's necessary. So a lot of new people need to hear what thus says the Lord, thus says Adonai, about, there's going to be retribution and recompense for what these nations has done to Yah's people. And they will serve us when it's all said and done, just as we have been serving them for centuries. Even to this day, we're still serving them. Okay? Now we're being awakened to our true identity, and many things in the word are being brought to our understanding now. So we're in the rumbling part of Ezekiel chapter 37. The Most High is waking his people up around the world. Okay, so it's a great time now. So, but there's still, he says in the book of Genesis that I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel. And these people, these Psalm 83 nations are all being led by Esau, the Edomites. That's who's running America. That's who runs Russia. That's who heads the G7 nations in Europe It's Esau, Edomites, and people getting all bent out of shape in this country here about Democrats and Republicans and independents. Those people are just puppets. Their puppet masters are the people who really own America, are the people who own and operates the Federal Reserve Bank. The presidents and these puppet politicians in Congress, they're all puppets for Esau. Esau owns and runs the Federal Reserve Bank. That's who runs America. It's not the president. It's not Democrat, Republican. They all work together to bring down Yah's chosen people, us so-called Negroes or Israelites. They all work together to bring us down. For instance, like they're letting all those migrants in the country for free. You think they haven't been in conference rooms and talked about how we can bring these people, how we can make these God's chosen people, Yah's chosen people destroy themselves? So what they do, they let thousands upon thousands of migrants in the country without going through immigration. And you got a Democratic president doing that, Joe Biden. So millions and millions of people from all over the world has been coming into America free. And then they give them, Visa cards with thousands of dollars, so they're doing that to piss off the people who were born here. The Hebrews, we're the ones who get treated less than all other races of people and nationalities of people in this country. It's not a secret, So the Democratic president is letting them in the country. And then you got a Republican governor of Texas shipping thousands on bus loads up in major cities like Chicago and New York, where they have large populations of Hebrews. And a large number of those migrants that are coming into this country are actually Hebrews. Yah scattered us into all countries on this earth. A lot of those migrants that are coming into this country free are Hebrews. And so you got politicians, the president, Democrat, working with the Republican governor of Texas, shipping them on bus loads up to cities like Chicago, New York, Colorado, these major cities with large numbers of so-called African Americans who are really actually Hebrews, Israelites. So what they do, they call this up, placing them in shelters for 30, 60 days. And then after that, they let them out. You can't stay here no more. That's all planned. And then all of a sudden, they got guns because they're giving them free money. Now they're in these cities with large populations of Hebrews, our people. And so what their objective is, the government of this country, is that we kill each other. The migrants who are actually Hebrew Israelites and the Hebrew Israelites that were born Americans. That's all planned. That's all designed by Esau and the Psalm 83 nations to get us to kill each other. That's a planned thing, people. They're trying to be slick. They say, well, we can't destroy them just outright like police officers. They kill so many of us. And then you got these sundown towns in America where they kill truck drivers and they kill our people, one here, one there. That's not enough for them. They're not getting rid of us fast enough. So they send these migrants, and many thousands of them are Hebrew Israelites. But a lot of our people in cities like Chicago and New York, they don't know who they are. And they don't know that they're actually related to these migrants. We are all Yah's chosen people. But the government of America and Esau, they bring those people in there free, give them money, put them in cities with large Hebrew populations like Chicago, New York, and other major cities in this country, so our people can kill each other. That's all designed, family. So the Ruach has led me to share this message after retribution and recompense, because there's going to be some payback. They're still trying to destroy us after all what we done went through. They will serve Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, now, as always, I like to say in Exodus chapter 20, family, from 1 to 17, keep God's 10 commandments. And our Messiah says in John chapter 14, verse 15, if you love me, keep my commandments. And I added another one in 1 John 2, 4, he that said, I know him, and keeping not his commandments is a liar. So I'll first be reading out of the Apocrypha, out of the book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 4. Just have one verse to read out of here. And it'll be talking about how it was the Most High who sent us in these lands, for our ancestors disobeying his commandments. They forsook his covenant. And so we got sent to these nations as a punishment. But Yahuwah, Elohim, he did not authorize these nations, these Psalm 83 nations around the world, to reduce us to 3/5 of a human being. They did that on their own, being led by their puppet master, Satan. So they have to pay for all the stuff that they have done to Yah's chosen people. Yes, we was to be sent in these nations for a little punishment, but they actually killed way more of our people than they were supposed to. Okay, so all this, there has to be some recompense. And I'll be reading scriptures to show that they will be brought low for what they did to us. It will be returned to them. And when it's all said and done, they will serve us. That's what the word of Yah says. Okay, so for people who haven't heard me share the word of Yah pertaining to the nation serving us, here's your chance to hear what thus says the Adonai. Okay, he's coming to redeem us from under this curse that he put us under. So we have served our punishment. Now we're in the awakening period, as far as like he's allowing us to be awakened to who we truly are. And that our ancestors once had a relationship with him, and he wants that relationship with the offspring. Us so-called Negroes who are actually Hebrews, Yah's chosen people. Okay? But all that has been done to us, these wicked things, hanging our people up, they're still doing that. They will pay. They will pay. And it's all written. So I'll be starting out, like I said, in the book of, in the Apocrypha, in the book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 4, and it says, for this reason, behold, I bring calamity on this city, he's talking about our people, and on its inhabitants, and it will be removed from before me for a time. And I will scatter this people among the nations. He's talking about when he cursed our people. Is that they may do good to the nations. We have been doing good in these nations. We actually built up America. Our people have. We've been building up everybody else's nation. Okay? And my people will be disciplined, and the time will come when they will seek for the prosperity of their times. And this is what we're doing now. Okay? We have become disciplined, most of us, but we're still being awakened. Okay, and the time will come when they will seek the prosperity of their times. Our time is now. Okay, we're not asleep to identity anymore. He has awakened us. We know who we are. Okay, so we're in that time now. We're looking for our times of prosperity. Okay, they've had their time with us. Now our time is slowly coming in. As he rises up, they must come down. Satan's children, the Psalm 83 nations. So the Most High is causing many of us to stand up with boldness about what thus says the Adonai. Okay, now come clear now, so I can get with it. Okay, I'll be in the 66 now, starting in the book of Psalms 83, verses 5 and 6. See, they have no shame in how they treat us. But I'm going to let the Ruach lead me. Psalms 83. This ain't no flesh stuff here. This is This is all coming from our Father. I got so many sticky notes. I actually forgot to put one for Psalm 83, but I got it. Psalm 83, verse 5 and 6, and it reads, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." The tabernacles of Edom, that's the first nation it names. Edom, they are leading the other nations of the world to bring down Yah's chosen people. The Edomites, Esau, Idumea, the ones in Israel now calling themselves Jews, those are the ones. I'll just say, okay, the tabernacle of Edom and the Ishmaelites and the United Nations. See, all the nations of the world know exactly who Yah's chosen people are, but they are sworn to secrecy to keep our identity hidden. But it is the Most High, by his Ruach, is the one waking us up. Okay? You know, every now and then, somebody from the nations will come out and admit to the rest of the world who we are. We already know who we are. We already know that. They know it too. You know, they're just playing stupid, you know. But they're still having their little fun now. But the Most High is moving on the hearts of his people to stand up with boldness to tell the truth to the world. Okay, so I'll be going over to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 1 to 4. And it says, "When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and the people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For the Adonai, our Elohim, is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." And he gonna bring us out of all these nations around the world in his time. It's stated in the word of Yah. Okay, "And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priests shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint. Fear not, and do not tremble, neither be terrified because of them. For the Adonai your Elohim is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. He is not a man that he should lie." This is Deuteronomy, but it's talking about future future purposes and future tenses here. You know what I'm saying? This, and see, in Sunday churches, all that Christianity stuff, that was all designed to take down Yah's people. Christianity was started by our enemies, the Roman Catholics, all that stuff. Islam, that was started by the same people to bring down Yah's people. You know, it's all systematically done, family. It is all systematically done to destroy Yah's chosen people. But it was Yah's will that we would not be totally destroyed. That's why so many of us are still here after all we've gone through. I don't think nobody else, no other people on earth could survive all what we have been through. Us so-called Negroes, who are actually Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so from here, I'll be going on over to the book of Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah chapter 30. They will serve us just like if you've been in this video, you're Hebrew, you probably work for Gentiles. You probably work for Esau. But, you know, because we're still in the times of the Gentiles right now, and it is Yah's will. But there will come a time when all this will come crashing down, and he is going to be the author of it. He's going to be the one that's doing it, our Father. You know, he's just letting them have their time, you know, ruling the nations for a season because we was at the bottom. But it's going to end. You see Israel being attacked by Iran right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, all kinds of things are going on. The Most High is just shaking things up, you know. But everything is leading to the great day of our Messiah coming back to this earth. And he's going to place us right back where he intended for us to be, ruling all nations in the first place. That's what we're coming to. So that's why I say, hey, people, please From now on out, if I be mindful to remember, please share the videos, share it, like it, subscribe, please. Because I want our Messiah back, because we got good things coming. We're suffering now, probably barely making ends meet, what I'm saying? But we got to endure these tough times, family. But when he get done with everything, when it's all said and done, those nations, they're going to serve us. And we're going to be sitting high on the hall forever. They're going to serve us. It's all in the scriptures. But you go to Sunday churches, they don't teach you none of this. They waiting on a rapture, a pre-rapture or a post-rapture. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't none of that going to happen. That's what I mean. It's like it was designed to deceive you. They had me for 17 years. But I thank the Most High for leading me out of those lies. And many of our people have been led out of those Sunday churches that tell lies. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 30, I said, verses 16 to 20. And it reads, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All the nations around the world who have been devouring us, so-called Negroes, or actually Hebrews, they shall be devoured in Yah's time. Family, please believe it. He's not a man that he shall lie. And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. They're going to go into captivity just like our people went into captivity. And the Bible says you reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee. He will do this to us, he's talking about. And I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Most High, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded up, her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. He's talking about us, family. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all that oppress them. We have already been oppressed by all these nations around the world. Everybody has been given reparations for all the things that they've gone through, but they haven't given us nothing. You know why? Because they have reduced us to 3/5 of a human being. To them, we're not even fully human. That's why they ain't got nothing for us. So they'll oppress us. You know what I'm saying? Tell us to forget slavery. Forget what happened to your people. But anything that they go through, they want you to remember it year after year after year. So things have not been equal, and the Most High sees it all. How they have destroyed his people, reduced us to the lowest term possible, to 3/5 of a human being. They ain't gonna give us nothing. If they could, they'll just slaughter all of us. It says here, and I will punish all that oppress thee. All the nations have been oppressing us. So what? They got punishment coming. It is written. It is written. They got this coming. But a lot of them, they don't have the Ruach. The Ruach helps his chosen people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when everything comes down on them, it's going to be all of a sudden. See, but when the Yah, even before he punishes us, he always warns us. Who was all kind of prophets being sent to our people, telling what was going to happen to y'all if y'all didn't get it right. But our enemies, they're not going to be warned like that. All those storms that were just in the southern states of the United States, all those people that slaughtered, living in those sundown towns that hate Yah's chosen people. He know what's in the heart. The word of Yah says, if you hate your brother, you are a murderer in the eyes of Yah. I mentioned this in a video I did about 4 or 5 years ago. I heard an audible voice. That's what was on my mind when I was like, don't no tornadoes happen without the Most High knowing it. And that's what was on my mind. He directs them to tear what he wants them to tear up, because people have so much hate in their hearts toward his chosen people, and he knows it. And you wonder why these storms come and tear up these lands and just decimate their areas and stuff. It's because of the evil thoughts that they keep toward his people. But see, they have a father too that controls them. Their father, Satan, he hates us, and he uses them. He uses them to do these things to us. Satan and his puppet masters, those evil spirits that are in the world. They hate Yah's people, and they use the other nations to murder us and oppress us like they do. But I mean, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? But the truth is coming out. Like maybe even though I knew that we would, the Most High by one of his angels told me that, where to read way back in the 80s, and I knew that we were the chosen people, but I didn't know how designed everything was in this world stacked up against us. But as I read more and more of his word, it's like, and hear other brothers and sisters on their YouTube channels, it's like, wow, oh my God, everything was done to bring us down. Christianity was formed, to keep our people from, keeping the 10 commandments and keeping Yah's covenant, his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything was done around our people to counteract what the Most High had with his chosen people, the way that he was teaching us. It is the way. And everything that Satan has used these other nations to design, these religions, is to keep Yah's chosen people, doing all these other different things and serving our Father the way he intended for us to serve him. Wow. But moving right along, family, moving right along. Okay, now I'll be in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10 to 12. And it says, the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. This is the nation serving us. It's written. They will serve us. All the Psalm 83 nations who hate us, they will eventually serve us. The Most High is going to make them serve us, family. It is written. Okay? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath, he said, I smote thee. He smote us, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Okay? Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Not serve who? Israel. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Every nation, all these Psalm 83 nations that hate us, that reduced us to 3/5 of a human being, it is saying here, when Jacob's time comes, when our Messiah comes with King David and all the rest of the saints and the mighty angels, then it's going to be our time. Every nation of people from those nations who are allowed to live in Yah's kingdom when he set it up on this earth, and he will cause his chosen people to lead the nations, and he's going to be in the midst of us. And it is saying here, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. So just like we had to serve them all these centuries, and our ancestors was in slavery, if they didn't serve, Esau and the Gentiles, they were slaughtered. Some of them just serve them, and they were slaughtered anyway. Raped, molested, all kind of things. The Most High, he still got it, because the angels write down everything. Everything. So it's like everything they did to us, as far as holding us in captivity, it's going to happen to them. Okay, so from here, I'll be moving on to Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31. Okay, I did Jeremiah 31. Okay, let me see. Jeremiah 31. Okay, Jeremiah 31. 16. Okay, just write this. Jeremiah 31. I got verse 1. Verse 1, it says, "At the same time, said the Most High, will I be the Elohim of all the families of Israel." Family. Verse 3 says, "The Elohim hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love." Talking about us, Hebrews, family. "Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee." See, this is when our curses is over. This is what we got coming, family. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got coming. You know, he gonna flip everything around. Okay, verse 7 to 8. "But thus says the Adonai, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Adonai, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither." This is talking about when he will gather us from all these nations, family. Our time is coming. Our time is coming, you know, and it's going to be a great time for us forever after that. We're going to be ruling all nations with our Messiah in the midst of us for 1,000 years. And then after that, the Most High is coming down. He's coming down with his kingdom after our Messiah will rule with us these other nations for 1,000 years. You know, if they're allowed to work in that kingdom, they'll be working for Israelites, just like we're working for them now. They're gonna be working for us. Okay, now I'll be going over to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32. Jeremiah 32, verses 37 to 44. And it says, "Behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whether I have driven them in my anger and in my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely." See, he has no more wrath over his people no more. He's talking about when he's going to recover us from all these nations. He scattered us because our ancestors ticked him off, but that is going to end because he promised our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that he was going to bless their seed and give them a land of their own forever. Okay? "And they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim." And plus, it was his will in the beginning, before our people failed. He chose our people to be a holy nation unto himself. This was his plan. And he chose our people to lead all the nations. But our people messed up. And so us leading the nations got put on hold because we had to go through these curses for a period of time. But after the punishment is over, he's going to get right back to what he intended for things to be in the first place: Israel ruling the nations. He's going to get right back to it. We just have to suffer the curses because our ancestors forsook his covenant. That's all. Things were just put on hold for a few thousand years. But he's going to get right back to it. Our Elohim is eternal. It's just been a few days to him. And one day is 1,000 years to him. You know, but his plan, the thing that he intended to be, that's exactly what's going to be. Okay? "And I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, and I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me." You know, "Yea, I will rejoice over them to do them good, and I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul." That's what he's promising us, family. He's making promises with his whole heart and with his whole soul, this is what he's going to do for us. When he's saying, rest assured, this will happen. That's the term that he's using. He's saying with his whole soul, with his whole heart, this will be. He's going to bless us after we finish, the sentence of our curse. And we're at the end of that. 2019 ended that. It ended in 2019. So he allowed his Ruach to come back to us, to wake us up to our true identity, family. Okay? That's exactly what's going on. So we actually done suffered the curses already. The curses ended in 2019. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in the awakening stages, But he's got to bring these Psalm 83 nations down because they're going to serve us. When it's all said and done, family, they will serve Isreal. They will serve Jacob. Yea, I will rejoice over them to do them good, talking about us Israelites, and I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul. For thus said the Adonai, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people, so will I bring upon them all the good that I have promised them. He will keep his promise. And fields shall be brought in this land, and fields shall be bought in this land, whereof ye say, it is desolate, without man or beast, it is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Okay, men shall buy fields for money, and subscribe evidence, and seal them, and take witnesses in the land of Benjamin, and in the places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, and in the cities of the mountains, and in the cities of the valleys, and in the cities of the south. And for I will cause their captivity to return, says the Adonai. See, okay? For I will cause their captivity to return, said the Adonai. Okay, so our curses will be lifted, But right now, we're still in the times of the Gentiles, spoken of in Luke chapter 21, I believe, verse 24. But we're still in the time of the Gentile, but they're on their way down because he's bringing us back up. Because he's got to keep his promises to us. He's not a man that he should lie. He's going to keep his promises. He cursed us, sent us in these lands to suffer punishment. But these nations, the Psalm 83 nations, they really went way overboard. They killed way more of his people than they were supposed to. He never gave them authorizations to reduce us to 3/5 of a human being. They did that to make themselves feel justified and all that they wanted to do to us. So they had no guilt. They had no conviction with the way they was going to do us and treat us after that. Oh, they're not even human. We can do whatever we want to do with these people. So they actually cursed themselves. But they were being led by their puppet master, Satan. He sits in high places. He sits in high places. Evil spirits. People in high places in this world, if they ain't telling you who you are, whoever they are, if they ain't telling you, us so-called Negroes, that we are Hebrews, that we are Israelites, and y'all are God's chosen people, y'all are Elohim's chosen people, they are against you. They are against us. Like I said, you got a handful of them every now and then. Maybe the Most High put it on their hearts to come out with the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because, they want to be blessed. They want to be blessed when it's time for him to put us on top, and they will be in our kingdom blessed, but they will also still be serving Jacob, just like we serving Esau and Edom right now, and the Gentiles. They're having their turn now. Our turn is later. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 6 to 9. Jeremiah chapter 33, 6 to 9. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. Talking about Israel again. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will build them as at the first. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities whereby they have sinned and whereby they have transgressed against me, and it shall be to me a name of joy, a praise, and an honor before all nations of the earth, which shall hear all the good that I do unto them. He's saying the whole world is going to hear about all the good that he's going to do to us, family, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto it. They're going to be afraid all the good things that the Messiah is going to be doing for Israel during that time. You know, he's going to let all the nations see how much he loved us all along. And it's going to put fear in the hearts of every last one of them. And there's other parts in the scripture, but I don't have it as a part of this message, that, you know, they're going to bring all their silver out of all these nations and all their gold, because they're going to be so terrified of the Most High. I mean, the Messiah, the only begotten Son of the Most High, you know, when they see how he destroyed the nations first, he's got to show them his power first. And it speaks about that in the book of Joel, chapter 3. You know what I'm saying? That's when he gathered all the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and he's going to show the world his power. He's going to destroy all the world's armies at once. And somewhere in the Apocrypha, it says that he's going to get us, Israelites, to destroy the weapons. And it's going to take us 7 years to destroy all the nation's weapons on the earth. And once he showed the world his power and allow them to see how much he loved us, so-called Negroes who have been treated so cruel in this world for centuries, never given reparations for the slavery that our people endured. You know what I'm saying? Never given anything. But it will be our time then. And they're going to be so terrified of him, they're going to bring all their gold and silver and give it to us. That's why it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9, it says, I know thy poverty and thy tribulation, but thou art rich. He's telling us, but we are rich. We just don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we got coming, family. It is all written. I'm just one that he chooses to share with this people what thus says the Adonai. This is all his word. He's the author of this. I'm just sharing it. That's all. And I believe it because I know he's not a man that he should lie. I can look at my own life and see what he took me from. I was born right here in this town right here, and all the stuff that I went through before I knew we was the people, a teenager, gang banging, getting shot at when I was in high school, all the wrong, you know, but I didn't realize that Satan was trying to use me, you know, to take me out before the Most High got a chance to use me to tell the people what thus says the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But as I look back, I was like, wow. You know, and my friends that I used to run with, they liked me because I had a lot of heart, but I didn't know, you know, that I wasn't supposed to be used to do wickedness in the world, but to be bold to stand up for our Father, you know, and tell his people what thus says the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You know, but when you in the world living, you just don't know. You don't know. But the Most High had us protected. If you still here, you were protected no matter what you went through. Some women who are walking in the truth now used to be prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, you know, because Satan was trying to take you out because he apparently knew that the Most High had a calling on your life. See, we are marked in the spirit, and the enemies of darkness, they know who belongs to the Most High, even when we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So they try all they can before he calls us to take us out. And they usually give us ideas and thoughts and suggestions to things that appeal to us, to appeal to our flesh. And we fall for a hook, line, and sinker. But I thank the Most High for all of you, you know, that he didn't allow the enemy to take out. And I thank the Most High for allowing me to still be here, you know. And that's all I want to do is just please him and serve our people. You know what I'm saying? And anybody from the outside looking in might ask me, how do I feel about this? You know, hey, the word of Yah says in the book of Amos 3:3, how can two walk except they be agreed? The answer is they cannot. So his word says in Psalms chapter 119, verse 105, that word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So he's my leader. His word is my lamp. Okay. His word is my light. So he's the leader. I follow him. In order for us to be one, I must be in agreement with everything my Father is about. So if this is his will, this is what I want. If he wants it, this is what I want. If he love it, I love it. So I want to be one with him at all times. You know what I'm saying? In everything. So it ain't about no cream puff, sissy God that they teach in them Christian churches. All that's deception, family. All that is deception. Get out of them places. You know what I'm saying? They teach you that white supremacist Jesus, white with the stringy hair and stuff, Caesar Borgia, all that is hogwash. But before I knew the truth, our people, we was willing to serve. If that's who God is, we was willing to serve. But now we know the truth. That's an imposter. That's who them Edomites set up to deceive Yah's people and the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God for the truth. The truth shall set us free. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 33, family. I did that, verse 69, okay, and verse 14 to 16. Behold, the days come, said the Adonai, that I will perform that good thing which I have promised unto the house of Israel and to the house of Judah. In those days and at that time will I cause the branch of righteousness to grow up unto David, and he shall execute judgment and righteousness in the land. When Yah comes, when Yahuwah, who shall come, Hamashiach, comes back to this earth with the angels and the saints, King David's going to be with him. He's going to be our king all over again. Okay? In those days, but under our Messiah, of course. In those days shall Judah be saved, and Jerusalem shall dwell safely, and this is the name wherewith she shall be called, the Adonai our righteousness. But during that time, Yahuwah he's gonna allow our Messiah to make many of us kings, and queens and priests, but they will be from the nation of Israel. So you got people around the world calling themselves priests and bishops and stuff. They copycat everything off our Most High. Everything they copied and took it and made it their own. But the priests and the kings, and our Messiah's kingdom will be from the nation of Israel. Okay? From the nation of Israel. Okay, now I'll be going over to Zechariah chapter 10. Zechariah chapter 10, verse 69. And it says here, and I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, and I will bring them again to place them where I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Adonai, their Elohim, and will hear them. And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yea, their children shall see it and be glad. Their heart shall rejoice in the Adonai. See, we're going to finally have some joy forever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could be, out and about, and I've noticed it before, and it's like people from the nations see you, got some kind of joy, and you laughing, and they just give you a look like you're just not even human. What you doing? You have the audacity to be laughing and be so joyful about, we have our feet on your necks, Negroes. You know what I'm saying? They just give you looks, and I could just read it. It's like, everybody's not treated the same in this world. Whenever they get through with it, we are not treated like everybody else. The majority of us are not treated like the nations. We're still at the bottom of everybody. But that's going to end. When the times of the Gentiles fully in, then it's going to be our time for real. Okay, Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4 and 5. And it says, thus says the Adonai, my Elohim, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's what they do to us to this day. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Adonai, for I am rich, and their shepherds pity them not. Who is it? Oh. Okay, that's just a notification for a bill that must be paid tomorrow. Okay, phone was lighting up down here. Okay, family, Zechariah chapter 12, verse 9 and 10, and then one more after that, and that will be it. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 9 and 10, and says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. That's talking about our people. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications. Our time is coming, family. Our time is coming. And one of the main reasons our Messiah is being sent back to this earth by the Most High is because of the controversy over the land they took from us. They took everything from us, not just the land, but he's going to deal with all of that. So, okay. So now I'll be in closing Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. And it says this, for it is the day of the Adonai's vengeance on these nations who have slaughtered and have brutalized and oppressed his people for centuries. And the year of recompense is time for them to be repaid when he comes back for the controversy over Zion. That is Jerusalem. It's not talking about just the land over there. It's talking about his people. That's where we're from, family. So I'm Brother Judah Isreal, and I hope you got some understanding, okay, in after retribution and recompense, the Psalm 83 nations shall serve Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel. So until next time, may Yah bless you and your families, and stay safe, and shalom.